Hi everybody, and this is my guided tour of Windrose. Not usually well, I don't know, you're not usually my type of genre. I like ARPGs. I don't particularly like first-person shooters. I definitely don't like Souls-like games. They drive me up the wall, right? I prefer to go click, 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 and things die, and that is your power fantasy. This game is Souls Light, and it makes you approach combat as if you would in real life, which is a little bit more thoughtful. This is my character, Netbeard. The current character level cap is at 15, which is where my character is. But I'm here to give you a tour of what Gary and I have actually built. So we played this game together, and well, I say Gary and I. Anyway, I'm going to show you what we built. I'm going to show you about the game and then what we've done in it. Right. So I'm going to play. I'm going to connect to server. This is my own dedicated server. Because I host my own shit, right? Because I can. So I'm going to connect to the server, and then we shall see. Now, this game's in early access, but it's pretty real polished. I think it feels very much like a console game, but it doesn't play particularly well on a controller. Much better for mouse and keyboard. It is a pirate game. It is a resource gathering game. It has some quests. You cannot level up unless you complete the quest. So you can kill as many enemies as you like, but you will not level up. You must complete the quest and you must examine points of interest to be able to level up. Hot in here. It's 26th of June. And oh boy, it's hot. I'm rather hoping that isn't coming through on the microphone. Come on. Let's get cracking. So this is me. This is Neckbeard. He's a salty old sea dog. He is at the level cap. He has some pretty damn good gear on. It's all level 15. I decided on the trackers set. Right, so the game is based around set bonuses. You can get a 2 or 4 set bonus, and there are 5 item slots. So therefore, you can get two set bonuses or 1 4 set bonus, and then you just have 1 other item on for cosmetic, effectively. And this is me. So, and these are my stats. I have 20 endurance. These are like soft caps. The only stat that isn't soft capped is vitality. The rest of it is. So any points you put into the stat above 20, they get a diminishing return. So you're better off just soft capping your hard stats and then putting whatever you can into vitality. Anyway, we're not really going to be we're not really going to be killing anything or whatever, and this is a guided tour. Gary built this. Kudos to Gary. I mean, I did some of the lighting and I did the statues and what have you, but very nice. This is our storage room. This is our storage room on our starter island where we first started the game. He built this. It's I like it. There are some things that are a bit odd, and I look at these and I go, yeah, but I can cope with that. Hang on a minute. Where's the music? Music. the menus, etc., are all pretty good. Ah, there we go. Right, well, I don't know what that's like in relation to the rest, but I'm all going to do is I'm going to drop the volume down. And then turn my headphones down. So I'm rather hoping that's going to be okay. Get out! How do we get out? Right, we're out. Okay, and then Gary made himself governor of the island. Actually, Gary built this as well. He built the crafting area, which has got smelters. Oh, look, hang on, something we can pick up there. Smelters, and he created the kilns. This area he created. I like it very much. I'm going to turn the volume down. Actually, I think it's my headphones. Actually, to be honest, I need to turn those down. Right. So, and then Gary, self-appointed governor of the island, and it's cool. I'm completely happy with that. Right, he's done it. He's built this mansion at the top of the our site, and I like it. And it's still a work in progress. It's his house. Carry on, Gary. Yeah, it's your house, mate. I wouldn't do that, but your house, mate. All that. But your house, mate. That's a problem. But it's your problem. Right, so I'm not trying to diss you, dude. It's I appreciate that you may not have seen these things. Right, but we've got a very nice crafting area. Very nice crafting area that's been optimized by me. So it's actually quite nicely open. This is our market. Gary and I designed this together, although Gary did all the decoration for in here. Apart from that window. I did that window at the top. The rest of it is actually the window, these windows at the back here, I did and moved recently. But the rest of it Gary did. Nice, lovely job. Now, our garden. This is me. 100% me. There are crop plots for every single type of growable in the game. Actually, that fountain was me as well. Yeah. But yeah, we created crop plots, and then interestingly, and this is a fact for anybody that's playing the game, tomato seeds are very difficult to find. Certain growables can only be grown on the ground, and this was something I worked out very early on. This is where I placed all the trees directly on the ground, and this is basically our area where we can grow crops that we can harvest. We've got lots of lime trees, we have some shrubs, we have some banana trees, we have lots of banana trees, corn, etc. So much so we had like an overflow of seeds. So we have other little crop areas, and these are just placed as decorations. But should we need to harvest them, we will. So lots and lots of beans, flax, corn, cayenne pepper, sweet potatoes, more cayenne pepper, little lag spike, that must have been an autosave, and then a shit ton of leeks. So for some reason leeks are in abundant availability in the later in the game. Some cocoa plums. This is one of my properties, but we'll cover that in a minute. So, Gary's house, as far as I know, completely unique. Right, he worked this out himself. The rest of what you see here is me. Yep. This was the first thing I built. This was based on a YouTuber video. It's called Starter House. The insides here is me. Staircase is me. And the idea is it will adapt over time. But there aren't that many buildables. But yeah, I followed a YouTuber's video to be able to produce this, and I think it's actually come out quite well. It's got some little seats outside. You can see the rest of our base. Cooking, crafting tables. It's even got a little roof up into the room next door. Look out and see the ships and harbour. Nice. Yeah, and then in the loft, which is basically empty because I haven't put a load of shit up here yet. But give it time, and I will. And as we unlock new buildables, I update things and change things. So this isn't how it looked originally. Hello, Rosalinda. Thank you. So one of the things we did, we established our dock down here and our wharf to manage our ships. Yeah. So Blackbeard D's nuts, Betty Swallocks, Blackbeard Ketch, Brig D's nuts, Brethren Ketch D's nuts, all a booty. Right, so you get the plan, right? So this is how we manage our ships from down here, and then from that building, the next building I built was this one. Again, based on a YouTube video by the same streamer. Full credit to them, it's their design, but with my own adaptations on it. So there are fireplaces, how it's laid out with crafting materials is down to me. All these fireplaces are me. But yes, it's a tavern, and I anecdotally call it the Slaughtered Lamb, which is a reference to the American Werewolf in London, of course. And then we go up to the first floor, which is the tavern area. So the first floor is crafting. The second floor is a kitchen and tavern area. So we have a kitchen area with cooking, etc. A sink, blah blah blah. If you on the sides here, we have these little verandas that you can look out on. They're on all levels. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, Joe. But yeah, we have these little. This was the original designer's idea, but I've reproduced it as well as I can. Or not as well as I can. Taking their ideas on board and producing my own idea from that. Staircase. Up on the next floor are, because it's a tavern, it's like an inn. There are rooms to stay in the inn. There are beds that people can hire. More fireplaces. So these are set out, and this furniture is expensive. It's not cheap. Requires a lot of resources. This area isn't really finished. This is a work in progress. This is quite empty, as you can see, but I created a table and chairs, etc. Not entirely done. And then we go to the top floor. This is my room. So this is my space. All of this beamwork I did. It was based on some of the beamwork that the original author did, but then This A-frame I came up with myself based on my civil and structural engineering knowledge to produce something which I felt would work and that actually has some sort of structural integrity. So I'm very, very pleased with that. Would it work? Who the fuck knows? But as far as I'm concerned, it does. Because it's a game, right? But this is my bed over here. This is my luxurious bed. And my bedroom. Although I don't think there's a lot in here. No, empty. Empty, I don't really keep a lot of stuff in here. No. And this is my second character's room. And of course this is our little planning area where we would plan out our next raid, etc. Anyway, I'm quite happy with this. It's a work in progress. But I think it actually I like it. I like it. There's a lot of effort put into it. Right, so let's get out of here. Next house. Oh, there's one of my ships. That is my ship. You really can't see the name of it, so I don't think I'll bother. This was I don't know, some sort of mansion. It's not really finished. It's basically functional as a fireplace and some chests where you can store shit, and a staircase that goes around the outside. It's got very, very basic lighting, but there's a nice master bedroom at the top. So the whole idea here, and some beamwork. Somebody could take this on. It's for sale. Somebody could take this on and then develop this into a nice little house. I built the structure, but other than that, that was my input to it. Which leads me on to the next one. Okay, so it's a nice dockside property. Great views of the sea. Timber frame. But anyway, next door is another Caribbean style mansion, again based on another YouTuber's video, which I followed to create my own version of the same thing. I quite like this. Got a clock, etc. It's even got a little dining room table with food on it, etc. Because I've spent the time decorating it. Right, so it starts off undecorated. Well, look, it starts off that you place a wall. There you go. And then from that, you build this shit, right? So it's like as simple as that. It takes a lot of effort to get this the way it should be. Bedroom, master bedroom at the top floor, with nice ceiling lights, and a study space, curtains, etc., and chest of drawers and cupboards and what have you. Anyway, that Caribbean mansion. I'm quite pleased with that one, and it has a little dining area. How's that? No, I'm on the wrong side of the door. Right, next. This is a watchtower. I really like this. I spent quite a bit of time on this one. In this game I tried to not make things so square, etc., and just break them out into different areas. This is quite windy. I did spend an awful lot of time on this one. I mean, that's what these games are about, right? You build something that you can either rush it to the end of the quest, or you can actually play it and enjoy the journey, right? Which is more or less what I do. I will spend a lot of time messing about and building things rather than trying to actually progress the game, because that's where my interest lies. I like to create things. Like here, look, I can look out on the ship. Isn't that cool? So I like to create things. Think Lego, right? If you enjoy Lego, then you'll enjoy this type of game. This is interesting. It has a little switchback. You get most of it up top, and then suddenly you're outside. You're outside, but then that's combat music. But then you're outside. Anyway, we've got a signal fire here. Right, why have we got combat music? Okay, no reason. Oh, it might just be a change of tune. Right, anyway, I'm going to get down, and I'm going to get down the quickest way I can. Might be the weather. There's no full damage in this game. Right, so these are the buildings I built. I built that one. I built that one. I built that one. That's one of my ships. That's another one of my ships. I built that one. I built that one, which I'm very pleased with because it looks fucking awesome. I did all the lighting on the pier. Oh, here's a little thing I did the other day. It was just a little like test. It's a little hut. And if there was a blueprint system, I would copy this and then create loads of them, make a little village. But yeah, there's nothing in it. It's just a hut. Ooh, it's blowy out here. It's raining. Yeah. Anyway, that I'm very proud of. That was my main build. Right, so I want to travel to another island now. I could get in a boat and travel, or because this game has certain features that allow you to fast travel to another island. So let's do that. So we're on an Arpeggio. This is the island we start on. Then we go to this island. Then we go to this island. Maybe later we go to this island and this island and this island, this island, this island, this island, this island, this island. Right, this is the entire map of the game as it stands. And the next base I established was on this island. So this is base 2, and this is pretty much as far as it goes. I have a ship part here. The weather here, oh, we're having so much weather, we really are. But this is what I've started to build here. There is a watchtower. There is a mansion, and another mansion over there. So we have defences and we have a mansion. So I started off creating this wall. None of this is finished. This is just me starting off. This was the like the defensive layer or some sort of flat layer that there would be obviously like defenses on, cannons, etc. I started off with this watchtower, and then ran this area flat here, joining into the rocks. I created a trading area, customs area where the traders were, and storage. So there's a little bit of crafting here and some storage, and then worked my way up into the mountain, up into the rocks, and made staircases up into the terrain to come up into the first house. And this was the first mansion that I built. Again, another crafting area here, so there's lots of machines and stuff that you can use to craft with. There's a kitchen area, the fireplace and cooking facilities, somewhat of an open ceiling, similar here. Let's open up into the floor above. Just how the weather. Then up onto the first floor. This is my bedroom. A little bit of a bedroom area, and then across the way is a library. Not finished. I just started it. I created put some books on the shelves there, and made a little chair to sit down to read your books. And then upstairs goes to the roof. So this is as far as I've taken it so far. But yeah, up here is the roof, and you can see this is where you can look out onto the rest of the area, onto the dock, and onto the rest of the island. So I'm quite pleased with how that turned out. Get back in because it's raining. Now, when we get out of here, doors, please. We get out of here, then there is a way up to the second mansion here, and this one is different. This one was built, stepped into the terrain, so it has like a dining area. It has a number of turrets that you can actually go up. Actually, go all the way up into the open air. But you have staircases that separate each area, and you also have balconies as well that look out onto the terrain, so you can actually like watch and see the sunrise, etc. If you're in this house. And there's also another balcony here to the north, where you can look out to the north. Yes, it is to the north. No, east. We can look out and watch the sunrise and see your neighbours. So this, I would say, at present is the Queen's Chamber, and then this room up here, its fireplace, is the King's Chamber. And similarly, it has a balcony. This balcony looks to the south. You can look out on everything you own, and also you have these turrets again. So these have spiral staircases that will take you all the way to the top. And you can look out across all the lands. And your next door neighbours. Anyway, that was the plan. I think it worked out alright. Also here you can jump out. Ooh. Then run around the roof. Whee. I think overall this came out okay. I'm very happy with it. Was not in any way planned. I literally winged it. So I built it as it spoke to me. So as I placed blocks and placed walls, it told me what shape it was going to be. This one was a bit more forced. This was originally a round building and then I changed it later. But this one definitely, there was no planning. Not even any planning. As I built the foundations, the walls just rose off it and then it became a multi-tiered building. So I'm quite pleased with how these turned out. This is by no means finished. This is the start of the build and will be iterated in future versions of the game. Anyway, I think that ends this particular tour. Because I don't know anything else to say, but yeah, that's what I built so far. I'm quite happy with what I built. If you have this game and maybe you want to join the server and build something on one of the islands, you can even build on this island because we are only here. That leaves the rest of this island, yeah, to build on. So if you like this type of game and it's your type of jam, then why don't we populate the archipelago? Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully see you in the next video. Take care and bye-bye.